everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Lunch and Life with Sharon and
Enjoy.
so nice to see everyone again this week. We're so excited because we're doing recipes for Father's Day, which what we were saying before was like, this is the first real holiday where people are getting together. Big families now, are getting to the first holiday where people can celebrate.
I know. And so, what better for Father's Day is out at the grill and doing side dishes and things like that. Because people are, hopefully the weather will be good, but people will be gathering.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so nice because, and I've mentioned in prior episodes how there's no demarcation of events. And so every day just like flows into the next. But now finally we'll be able to get back to some new semblance of normalcy in life. So
We shall see, right?
exactly, we shall see. So what we're doing today, we have 4 recipes, and we thought, besides the usual fries and burgers and coleslaw and hot dogs and potato salad, macaroni salad, and regular salad, we're like, let's make healthier raw vegetables plus some roasted vegetables to bring in a variety of different flavors and tastes, and I'll add some of the health components to them. But we're going to share with you a summer salad that Robin's going to do, a roasted cauliflower steaks, which is really interesting and delicious. And then I'm going to share with you a cucumber sprout tabouleh, also delicious. And then we're going to end with these truffles,
Which I can't wait to see. Very impressive.
And all of these dishes don't take a lot of time. That's the beauty of it. So they're all in the description below. So Father's Day, start planning it. Very simple. And I'm just going to pass the baton and let Robin get started.
Okay, let's start with the summer salad because, again, it's raw, it's easy. Here's a little preview of what it should look like. Someday I'll actually get this together exactly. Oh, almost dumped it. So it is fresh roasted corn. Literally, I got fresh corn and I roasted it. I still have some. I completely chopped this off. Cut it off the cob. I actually put it on my stovetop. Just put it on, turned it a few times because my grill is not on right now. So did that on the stovetop. Cut it off the cob. It's a medley of tomatoes, whatever your favorite tomato is, and if you're at the farmer's market, whatever looks good. Like there's nothing you have to do. Everything can be made the way you want to make it. So
I love colorful tomatoes.
yeah, just fun and colorful. This is just a medley of small cherry and weird looking shapes, but there's like a green, a yellow, an orange, just fun and sweet tomatoes. Cucumber, and then some fresh dill. And the dressing that I made for it is a little bit of olive oil, fresh squeezed lemon, salt and pepper, tiny bit of paprika, and chopped dill then.
Mm.
And the beauty of this is that you can either dress it before you're going to go to the party, or you can even toss it. And really, the more you let it sit in the marinade, so you can have it all ready to go in even like 30 minutes, a half hour before, toss the dressing in, because the more it sits and it gets to marinate with the veggies, it's even better. So it's one of those salads that keeps the next day, and you can just keep munching on it.
That sounds delicious. Like my mouth is watering already.
Yeah, it's simple, it's fun, it's great to, you can eat it. You can eat it on a cracker,
Yeah.
on a fork, whatever.
And that's what I love about these salads is that they're simple, they're easy to make, they don't require a lot of time, and you can have it for a few days, right? Because the whole goal, especially in summertime, is to eat lightly so that we're lifted up, so that we don't feel heavy, right? We're moving away from all the roasted root vegetables to the light springy vegetables that are going to keep us cool and also hydrated. And cucumber is one of those great vegetables that is hydrating. It's got magnesium and potassium, so it's filled with the electrolytes, and so it's very refreshing, and it's also a lot of water in it. You mentioned an English cucumber, so this is half of one of those. And I was going to keep the whole cucumber, then I realized I needed it. I was already chopping it. But a lot of people don't have asked me, like, what is an English cucumber? Do you find them at your local store? Do you find them at the farmers markets? Like, where do you buy yours?
Actually, I do see it not every week at the farmers market, but I do see it relatively often. But our stores carry it. My Wegmans store carries it. Trader Joe's carries it. Those are usually my shops.
Same with me. And they're really long. It's literally twice the size of
Yeah.
this.
I really like it. And what I love about that too is, not sorry to interrupt you, what I love about that too though is even if you only use half of it, and I did this because I was in the car for a long time yesterday, like cut up the rest and just munch on slices. Like it's a great snack. It's refreshing when it's hot. It's a great thing to just keep munching on.
Another little tip or trick with cucumbers, you can cut the slices, and if your eyes feel puffy and they just feel a little heavy, is to just lay with cold cucumber slices on your eyes, because that helps to reduce the puffiness and even the hydration, right? So it's like keeping it, your skin does absorb some of that hydration. So it helps to reduce the puffiness. Just a little tip.
We were spa news as well.
There you go. So should I go next with the cucumber sprout?
Yeah, but what was the deal about English cucumbers? Just about your eyes, or
I'm sorry, just about what?
your eyes and puffiness, or what is
Well,
it?
just the fact that well, I wanted to show what they look like, because people think that they're not sure if it's long, if it's short, because you have like the short pickling cucumbers, you have regular cucumbers, you have English cucumbers. Really, you can use any of those in this. It's just, this is just what we both happen to choose for both of our salads. So they're all hydrating. They're all, they're filled with electrolytes and vitamins. So they're all healthy for you. It's not like one really is better than the other. Just make sure that they're organic. And I stress that because there are certain vegetables more than others that absorb a lot of the pesticides. So you really want to minimize that with tomatoes and cucumbers and herbs.
Good point.
Okay.
Your turn.
My turn. All right. So next up I happen to love this book called the UnDiet Cookbook by Megan Telpner. And I found this recipe in there because as Robin and I will be making our own recipes, so stay tuned, because eventually we'll be coming up with our own cookbook. We're borrowing others and interpreting them. So what mine is a large English cucumber, avocado, anti-inflammatory, filled with great omega-3s, tomatoes and parsley, cilantro, basil, ground almonds, but if you have a nut allergy, you can always substitute it for sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds, and a half a cup of tahini dressing, and then sprouts. So I know I rattled those off quickly, but again, the recipe is in the description, and this is a very green salad. So I've got everything in here. The tomatoes are somewhere down here. And what I love about this dressing is that it's gotten a little thick, but you can thin it down with water. It's made with olive oil, tahini, garlic, lemon juice, and water, and all healthy ingredients and homemade. Because you and I talked last week about how certain store-bought dressings have these ingredients that can really give us irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, and gas and bloating. The beauty of this salad is that the parsley, it's great for digestion. It's great for balancing blood sugar. The cilantro is detoxifying. Everything in this salad is anti-inflammatory, right? And we talk about how things and inflammation in our body and what causes all of that, many of our past episodes. So eating something light and nutritious is just fantastic. And one last thing also that I wanted to point out are things that I like to use to make things better. Like I like a really good quality olive oil. I don't buy just like a store brand. I want something that's first fresh, cold pressed, imported. I love, I do use just like the organic tahini from 365. And one of my favorite things to do is to just take a container. And do you use one of these, I don't know where my top went, but an immersion blender to blend your dressings?
I do sometimes. Yeah, I have one of them as well.
I love that. It's so easy to use. So if you have one,
I actually use that as well when I make my big tomato soup.
yeah,
A little more puree.
yeah.
Fun. I mean, I have fun doing it.
Oh, here's the other one. It's right in front of my face. It's such a simple tool and it's so effective, and you don't need to use the whole blender. You could just use a pot that you're cooking in,
Yeah,
less to clean up. So that's my dish to share with you, and I can't wait to eat this when we're done.
I know. I wish I was there because that looks. I love tabbouleh, anyways. I love that. I love that flavor all mixed together. I love parsley. Is there a difference, by the way, of health benefit wise? Is there a difference between Italian parsley, regular curly parsley? Is there any kind of difference?
No, it's just the way that it's grown. They both have the same qualities, the same nutrition, the same nutrients. So either one that you get is fine. It's great to actually combine it with the cilantro because then you have a lot of the detoxification from the cilantro and heavy amounts of anti-inflammatory. But other than that, no, it's just kind of like different types of tomatoes. They're just the size, the style, and the shape of them.
Okay. So the
Good
next,
question.
oh, my thanks. I tend to grab Italian parsley just because I just like the core. I don't know. I just like it better. I don't know why. So I was just curious, actually.
Yeah.
So our next dish is a cauliflower steak. And so for those of you who are vegetarian or vegan people that aren't going to grab the hamburger and don't necessarily want the meat alternative, not that that's bad at a barbecue, right? And it actually, the impossible meat or whatever, it tastes good, but not always. The cauliflower steak is really interesting because it really does absorb spices, and if it's done right, it's delicious. And I'm one that never used to like cauliflower, so trust me, it is delicious.
Hmm.
Grab this recipe. This is a great cookbook that I had just gotten. Here I go again. Knowing Yourself. She's a great vegan cook, and this is a super, super cookbook. I adapted it a little bit, but the main recipe is in there. So it basically is you take your cauliflower head. I like to slice it into the steaks, and literally that's cut off the bottom and slice. If you want, it depends what you're using it for, a side dish or whatever. So I try to do whatever that might be, a quarter of an inch thick. I don't know. So the spices are, it's sea salt, it's paprika, it's garlic powder, dried oregano, dried basil, fresh parsley, lots of ground pepper, good olive oil, and did I say paprika? I'm trying to see everything that's here. And I made it it's into a paste, and it's not dry rub, and it's not really wet either, but I put it into a pie pan. I have to make some more for these pieces. And literally, I just coated it. So I took each steak, I coated it, put it on a cookie sheet with parchment paper, and then I baked it 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. And this is what you get. So here's the whole steak.
Wow.
And then these are pieces that fell off. The thing with cauliflower steak is if you cut too thin, your florets start going everywhere.
Yeah.
What's left over there.
Right.
But it's really delicious. I put some red pepper in. My family likes spicy. Thank goodness. It's a little spicy, but it's just so flavorful. And what's nice is it kind of caramelizes, and both sides are really nicely done. So very tender. You don't feel like you're chomping into this raw vegetable and munching away. It's just really, really tender.
That looks so good. And you made an interesting point about the width of it. That looks delicious. It should be, right? It should be thick. Like you were saying, quarter to a half an inch so that it remains a steak. I'm always fascinated with all these new ways of making vegetables. There's always something new that can be done.
Yeah. Yeah. It really, and it adds life to it, right? It really adds life to it. So it's fun and it's different. And again, and it's easy, 20 minutes in the oven, and that's what you get.
Right. And again, not wanting to have to spend time over the stove, as Robin was just saying, it's easy just putting it in the oven. Yeah, your kitchen might get a little warm, but you're not standing over a stove making this, right? Because the whole goal is to just try to do it light, quick, simple. And cauliflower, it's rich in fiber and B vitamins. You're getting from all these salads so many nutrients, so many vitamins and protein and fiber and minerals. It's just amazing what you can get from eating the colors of the rainbow.
Exactly. And the other thing you could do, because and she suggested this in this cookbook, is if you get a regular white cauliflower, great. But if you can find a green or a purple, whatever cauliflower you see, use it. It just be pretty and colorful. The taste is the same once you marinate it. But the nice thing with this is it's a nice alternative. It's a nice alternative to a salad. So eat the burger and eat the hot dogs and everything else. It's just different flavors that come together.
Right. Glad that you brought all of that up, because I'm always saying, you're always saying too, like whenever we're talking, the whole goal of going to these family gatherings is not to feel stressed about food. What am I going to eat? What should I stay away from? Diet. Oh my God, I'm going to gain weight. We want to enjoy and be present, and being able to taste different things and fill your plate up with as much of the colorful foods, the healthy, right, salads, allows you to then enjoy everything else.
Right.
And I think also something before we get to dessert and anything else that you want to add, Robin, being back in the land of the living, in the land of the gatherings, it's also a really good time to be present and to look at life with this awe and wonderment of, and thankfulness, right? The gratitude of, wow, we're here. Thankfully, we're all together, and just being able to be present and enjoy that moment, to look around you and to absorb everything, because all of that helps to de-stress your body, helps to just bring health and joy and wellness, the whole wheel that we talk about, into your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as you always stress, it's not, and this is what I love how you approach, health, wellness, food and stuff like that, is it's not from lack of, it's abundance, right? So if you go have a burger and you want to have the bun, like go do what you want to have, but make sure you're balancing it, but it's not, I can't do it, or I ate something, just be smart. That's all. But
Yeah.
and certainly don't feel guilty for enjoying.
Yeah. And listen, if you happen to be watching this and you're not it's not your Father's Day outing, or you're going somewhere else, even if they don't have any of this, it's still about enjoy, just fill the rest of your day with as much green, colorful, red, all colors of the rainbow, but it's just one meal.
Right.
It's just one meal. And the joy, the awe, the gratitude is what you should be focusing on.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's move on to dessert, which I thought was really cool. I'm looking in this cookbook. So it's called Oh Wow Cacao Truffles. And it's made with cacao butter, and I don't think I had that out. So cacao butter and cashew butter, which I thought I had here somewhere. So I actually used coconut butter because I picked it up thinking it was cacao butter, but it wasn't. So I was like, okay, let me try with coconut butter. And then I just got a cashew butter, and it has maple syrup. I didn't use as much as it calls for, because I always make it a little less sweet because of everything else. Cacao powder. Talk about a little spice. It calls for a little pinch of cayenne.
Ooh.
So, and I haven't tried these yet, so we'll see. And some sea salt. So you mix it all together, and then you put it in the freezer for 20 minutes to get a little hard. And then you make these little balls. And then you can use anything for topping. So I crushed up some pistachio seeds. I used shredded coconut. And I also you can use acai powder. I happen to have blueberry powder. You can use pomegranate powder, just to make it colorful. So I'm going to step back to my refrigerator and take out the finished products, because what you do then is you roll them up into like 1-inch balls and then dip them into all the different
Beautiful.
things. So it looks so pretty. And I'm going to add some sea salt to some of the plain ones. But I was thinking, wow, this looks like something I'd actually buy in a store.
I know. You should make a little box and send some my way.
I will. So here's the beauty of this. Again, so simple. It does not take a lot of time. You do have to melt the cacao butter over a double boiler. And I don't have a double boiler, so I just used a bowl, like a stainless steel bowl, small one, put it into a saucepan filled with water, and then just stirred it as the water was boiling underneath. But everything that we're sharing with you, it's just about how can I keep this simple? How can I make it tasty? And how can I enjoy and indulge while I'm getting health benefits along the way?
Wow. So you haven't tasted them yet?
Should I try it?
I think you should try it.
All right, I'm gonna try the coconut because that's like one of my favorite. Oh my God.
Oh, that looks so good.
Wow. All right, let me tell you, I just took like one small bite. That's enough. They're so rich. You're gonna need to share them with somebody. Really, really good. Ooh.
I have to taste the other flavor.
Well, so you know what? Actually, it's not a bad idea because you can make them in a little gift box and you can bring them to the barbecue.
There you go.
Plenty of ideas here. Any last words, Robin?
No, just enjoy the kitchen. I mean, you and I love doing it just because I think we both love doing it. But it's fun to follow recipes, and I love going off the recipes, and I love throwing this and that into it. To me, it's like, what can I do with this, and how to tweak it and make it my own sort of thing. But just enjoy, and if there's something, there's very little that you can't substitute, right? So if there's something that, let's say you don't like cucumbers and you want to throw a carrot in, there's things you can put in that you love. Just add. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, at the end of the day, it's about what brings you joy. And Robin and I, we've talked about this before. I actually never liked to cook. I'm very challenged when it comes to cooking and to spices. And as I started to heal, as I started to realize the importance and the connection of food to my body, I shifted how I approached it. Mm-hmm. So you may be watching this, our guests may be watching this, and they might not feel like, oh, I love to cook or don't. So it's all about shifting that perspective as well.
Right.
With what is it going to bring to me, to my family, to my health? And sometimes, listen, a work in progress, but
it is a work in progress. And like you say, if cooking might not be your thing, sort of thing, try one day a week when you're not rushed, right? You don't have work the next day, or you're not running a kid to a soccer game. Maybe it's a Saturday evening and you're all home, or maybe it's a Sunday brunch or afternoon or early dinner. Like, try it when you're not stressed to do other things, and just try.
Yeah.
Pick something and try it.
Absolutely. Well, on that, what were you going to say? Sorry.
Worst case scenario, there's soup or something in your refrigerator that you can probably eat in case.
There's always something. Well, on that note, we wish everybody a very happy Father's Day for those who are celebrating. And, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you've tried. We'd love hearing from people to learn from you as well.
Yeah, try our recipes. Let us know what you think.
Sounds good. All right, guys, ladies, everybody, have a great day.
Take care.